can, could, be able to. These words are used freely by almost everyone for all purposes. But are we using them appropriately? Are we conveying the meaning we intend to convey? This is what we are going to learn now. When we want to say that someone has the ability or capacity to do something, we use can. He can speak 3 languages. She can teach you piano. The negative form is cannot or can't. I'm afraid I can't join your team. Instead of can, we sometimes use be able to. I am not able to or can't read the last line. Or, I am unable to read the last line. You can see the doctor tomorrow. Not, you are not able to. I can finish the homework before dinner. You can say, I will be able to. When we want to say these in the past, could is used as the past form of can. When we returned home, we could hear some footsteps. Yesterday, she said that we could see the principal, but we couldn't keep the appointment. But it is wrong to think that could is always the past form of can. It carries other meanings as well. For example, could has the meaning of a general ability or permission to do something. My grandfather could do Japanese karate. We could ask her any questions on the subject. She is always willing to clear our doubts. My cousin couldn't sing. Here we are using could to mean what is not possible at all. Ramanujan was a genius with numbers but couldn't play tennis. But when we want to say what happened at a particular time and place, we normally use able to. When the bus fell into the river, only 15 out of 45 were able to reach the shore. 20 cadets were sent for the training camp. Only 2 were able to pass the test. We can also use managed to instead of able to. Although we were late, we managed to or able to get the tickets. It was raining heavily, but we managed to or able to reach home. Adjectives and adverbs. We have seen the different forms and uses of adjectives and adverbs in the previous classes. So, we need not repeat the same now. We will take a fresh look at them, shall we? It is an interesting story. We can also say, the story is interesting. That was an exciting match. We can also say, that match was exciting. So, here we have adjectives ending with ing. Now let us go a little further. When I say, it is an interesting story or the story is interesting, I am actually interested in the story. In the same way, when I say, that was an exciting match or that match was exciting, I am excited about the match. So we have one form ending with ing and another ending with ed. I am interested. Is it interesting? Here we have a list of them. Tiring, tired, satisfying, satisfied, surprising, surprised, confusing, confused, boring, bored. Shall we try and make sentences with these words? Prepositions. We have already done some study on prepositions. We began by calling them pointers at that time. But actually, what does a preposition do? It shows the relation between 2 things. A preposition may bring different kinds of relational meanings when it is used. It is therefore difficult to define a preposition, but it is better understood in its function. So, Let us see how it works in different situations, shall we? At. The preposition at may show the relation of the subject to a place. I was at the bus stop. My uncle had to pay a fine for parking his bike at a wrong place. Preposition at may also mean towards, showing direction. We were looking at the stars. Look at the ants and learn to be smart in your work. Preposition at may also show a state of being. They are at work, they can't come now. The children are at their mischief again. Preposition at is used to indicate a particular time or a habitual activity. I will see you at 6 o'clock. During the examination time, we are awake till late at night. We use at when we think of something happening with a group of people. The students are at a cultural festival.
Last time we met was at a family function.
In. We use in when we need to refer to a position in a large area. The children are lost in the woods. I kept the grammar book in the shelf. Who has taken it? In is used when we think of a place where there is something specific. The sapling in the shade is weaker than the sapling in the sun. Sometimes, in is used to show a state or a situation. Shall we spend a moment in silence? When teachers correct you, don't be upset, but take in the right spirit. We use in when we are talking about a time lapse. We spent all our savings in 1 month. We use in to refer to a course. My cousin is graduating in literature. When we want to show a purpose, we can use in. They gave this award in recognition of her service. On. Preposition on is used to show the subject's higher position in relation to the object with which it is in contact. The flower vase is on the rosewood table. On is used to show something which is attached to another. The story is about a puppet on a string. On can indicate what one carries or has. I have only 100 rupees on me. When we want to show something which is close or on the side of another, such as a river or a sea, we use on. They have built a tourist guest house on this river in spite of the protests. We use on to show a specific time or date. All my relatives arrived on Sunday, the 1st July, but we have the function on the 3rd. Sometimes, when we want to refer to a program played through a medium, we use on. What do we have on Discovery Channel tonight? Across or over. Sometimes we think of a place or position which is on the other side of something. Then we use across or over. Little Nimi's play school is just across or over the street. These are tourists who have come to stay in the guest house across the road. When we think of moving to the other side of something, we use across or over. The ambulance has to go across or over the bridge to reach the hospital. In some cases, we use only across and not over. After searching for an hour, we finally came across the street. Here we mean we found the street. The result of the election will be telecast across the country. Here it means all over the country. In certain cases, we may use all over but not all across. The damage caused by the cyclonic storm can be seen all over the place. The cat knocked down the glass and the milk spilled all over the floor.